EXP pick struggle here. The Hayabusa great. EXP here needs to be a solid tank, something that can also peel because the Kalea is going to be going forward. Those are really great picks by TNC to close it out.
The ONIC, yeah. The Rizzler?
Yeah, I think they just need to go stable. Just go for the Rizzler.
Because you might be forced in a situation where you can't run away.
Yeah, but then
and you have to, like, fight.
I think if over the Terizla, maybe the Yuzhong also, something with some easy dive. They still go for the Hilda EXP.
Okay, Hilda in the EXP lane. Why is Wolf's map as we jump into Land of Dawn? It's game one of this best of three. Can TNC do it again against the Super Fam? We'll find out.
Well, Kirk has one job here, clearly. You force out the Searing Torrent of the Valir during team fights. You chase after Hayabusa when you can in the fights. So we could get a better understanding of how Kirk wants to play this. He is backing Master Assassin with that, depending on how he handles the laning phase and when he decides to leave the lane. So far, he is dishing out a ton of damage to this Uranus. Forces out the regen immediately.
Yeah, that's Hilda though. You know, you can definitely say that no matter what, if it's an XP lane or Rome, does good damage. Severo on this Beatrix though. Benny Cutie feeling the damage of the early game.
Okay, ONIC will not attack the orange small camp, but they will attack the beetle nearby.
Yeah.
So they're still up to their old shenanigans.
I might actually be getting my wish here because it's attack speed so far for Severo. He went for Marksman Emblem, got Rupture.
Yep.
Quantum, Weapons Master. Oh, let's see what his first item priority will be.
Yeah, maybe this will be the reintroduction for Beatrix too in the gold lane. It's been nice to see a bit of a shake-up so far. You know, again, we still see a lot of Parath, especially with the buffs that came through here, but nothing too much. Not a whole lot of that early action we usually see in the mid lane. Poking back and forth.
Brusco engaged on the Chaknu. Chaknu looking for it. Oh, no. That's just the damage coming through. Brusco gets our first blood on. And Lancey here, Super Fringe finds him. It's a trade, 1-for-1.
Yeah, Rome for mid. Good thing Zyda was able to get out of there just in time as King Kong was close by. That still does have a shadow kill, but did commit his retribution, so he's going to have to wait a bit. King Kong's retribution will be back first. 12 on the timer of Zyda's retreat.
Ooh, ONIC here, coming in en masse. They find Kurt, force out the flicker. 3 more gets knocked up here. 3 more, putting some Ionic Edge stacks on. King Kong still sharp with retribution. Shadow kill, finds Brusco. They find another as Kurt falls. Now the stun on the Super Prince. Super Prince with the stolen. Vengeance flames, but Lassie still finds him.
Oh man, he even with the dash and the flicker, Lancey still gets him.
Yeah, proc the stun just in time with the passive. Lancey blasts him 2-1-2 start for this Valir. We're talking about how this would make the EXP lane pick struggle. Did just a little bit, but we saw there the value of going back to the controversial Hilda pickup. Kirk's job is clear. Just go forward, force things out. But if you don't get this Valir down quickly, then it's a problem.
Okay, I could have sworn he stole Vengeance Flame. He just got pushed back by the Torrent.
Yeah.
And then dashed away and flickered away too.
Yeah, he used a lot. He tried to get the space.
It wasn't a free purify.
Yeah.
He just got out of there.
Yeah, somehow. Keep watching out for the Valir in those team fights. So far, the revitalized for Chaknu also being very valuable. Severo, he's going attack speed. I think, oh, is he rushing? He's going for Sea Halberd first, I think.
Well, yeah, first item we see Halberd. Yeah, it looks like.
Huh, all my crazy crackpot theories about playing the Beatrix with attack speed is getting validated.
It works against 3 members of TNC, so it's worth it.
Yeah, especially with Chaknu being the high-lows here with the revitalize. Like, that's really also going to help them, because at some point they're going to have to, you know, face up and fight this. This has been a very scrappy game already. Around the first objective, Lancey will go ahead and lock in his first item again, that glowing wand. And so they just kind of set up. I think most of this too is King Kong, if he's able to go ahead and get a pick off with Deadly Magic, that helps them. But there it is. Severo will go ahead and lock in the Sea Halberd. First item rushed. No boots yet.
Zyda has a Hunter Strike rush on him. King Kong still on the way to his first. Doesn't have the
Genius
Wand just yet. Then QT not that far off, of course. You're just maximizing the cooldown components if you're the Harith. No need to rush right away for the Star Leon.
Okay, so pretty calm up to this point, but now second turtle for the taking. Look at Zyda's positioning here.
Kirk has to seize.
Why brush control for Kirk? Turtle at half health. Severo coming in, the glorious pathway, and the answer, Tsunami Slam! Zyda with a secure on the retribution. Chaknu falls. They find Brusco. 1-for-1 trade. Benicuri is in the zone. And that's worth it for the Phoenix fam.
That's tough. Kirk wasn't able to do anything there.
Yeah, pretty tough game for him.
Oh, Diamond Force coming through! And they find Savero. Benny Cutie scores one. Gold shield gun in mid. Oh, shadow kill. Can he get the shadow out? Gets hit with that. Oh, steal, and Brusco serves up a kill to King Kong.
Yeah, I didn't expect Brusco to get there that quick with the clouds, but that is space provided as TNC get the first tower in mid.
First tower, man. TNC literally on fire up to this point.
In 5 minutes?
Yeah.
It's deja vu. To October, was that October of last year in Cuneta?
Yeah.
Way too fast. ONIC have lost their advantage in the center of the map. They're going to have to play a lot of risky moves now just to get advantage in the river. Well, Savero and Brusco will see if they can get a bit of an advantage there in the gold lane. This Beatrix pick is Savero's 12th unique hero in MPL Philippines. In his very first season in MPL PH, he leads the league in hero versatility.
Wow, that's great. 12 unique heroes. What a showing so far for Savero. We'll see what he does with this Beatrix too. Again, they actually have some pretty good damage with this early game lineup. It's just more so of actually utilizing it, and a big part of that is actually Kirk. You know, you mentioned he got the Blade of Hephaestus. Well, if he can't get to his targets or he's not able to find them, unfortunately he's not able to do too much.
Or if he gets bursted even before he lays down enough of the smackdown.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So far we've seen a lot more value through the Uranus of Thremar. It's just a body for ONIC to handle, and they can't. Benny Cutie will get the tower down bot without a problem. As ONIC are misrotated, they had to send back Savero, and now TNC have full control of this map and this game.
Okay, third turtle coming up here. Both teams have 1 for 1 right now in terms of turtles. We'll see if ONIC Philippines gets the positioning they want here. Brusco, I feel like, hasn't gotten the Tsunami Slam he was looking for. He did lock in the Oracle, though, for his first item, so he's looking to take up some of that magic damage being thrown at him, especially from Lancy. They'll let the buffs be taken here. King Kong working on the orange. Zyda clearing up that top lane. Turtles at half health, though.
Yep. Glorious Pathway coming in. Bombs away. Savero secures. And another Glorious Pathway. Super Freak stole it. Savero blasts away with another ult, and Kirk gets one over Chaknu. Down goes the Hylos. Shadow coming through. Zyda still holding on to it. No shadow kill just yet. King Kong. Cards flying. ONIC wins that engagement, closing the gap.
How many non-jungler objective takes have we caught this day? Savero with Bennett's Rage getting that. That's crazy. And he's building rapid boots with this Beatrix for the faster rotations. I feel so validated and seen right now. Is this
that
going to
what
be
you
a
do?
Malefic Gun? Yeah, sometimes, not all the time.
Malefic Gun second item? Is
the
that
Malefic Gun I usually go for third, but whoa, no way.
Okay. Purple Invasion. TNC want this, and they take it just like that.
He could be building Fury Hammer as a component. King Kong.
Oh, King
no.
Kong!
No way.
Chaknu blocks away. Brusco protects him from Thremar. And the Sigma jungler gets away.
That was the ultimate maxed out time.
Yep.
On the second skill, getting back in time to be able to use it again as he went back.
Crazy ankle breaker there by King Kong.
Call it a double back.
Double back.
ONIC back in this, just when we mentioned the TNC had control, ONIC are able to find a turnaround. Chaknu does have Chastise Pauldron to help with this attack speed focused Beatrix. Let's see if he is going to be going for the Malefic Gun second, or this Fury Hammer will be a component for a later game third item, Hunter Strike, and then there's going to be another attack speed item that's going to be prioritized first.
Yeah, both teams are relatively even across the board. You know, up to this point, some good second items coming into play here too.
There's some good item adjustment by King Kong, rushing the Divine Glaive second, knowing that they're a little bit behind and they need to get through the Uranus and the Valir front.
Brusco attempts it, finds it, puts it on the Chaknu. Chaknu drops that Glorious Pathway. In comes Benny. Zaman forces a shadow kill. Down goes Brusco, 1 for 1. A roamer for a roamer.
Yep, roamer's going down, all in time for the Lord. So is either team actually going to go ahead and try to attempt to take the Lord here? Do they just both wait for the roamers? Both of them also don't have the battle spells. So, you know, interesting play, interesting move there.
King Kong still has his red tree, but will go for his purple buff first, similar to Zyda. As he now has the Ice Queen wand, it's going to be a bloody 5v5 for Lord #1 in this game. Have to watch Kirk's entry and timing. Who gets bursted first? Of course, the power of the Revitalize and the Surge of Life through the Kalea. There's going to be a lot of push and pull in this fight.
Okay, TNC Seemingly, they want to blitz it. Lord here, an 1/8 of its health. Very small margin for error. Kirk comes through, answers, double glorious pathway, Lansing secures it. What the hell is going on? Chakno gets bobbed in the back line. Brusco catches a lot of beads. And that is a kill for Zaida. Another Zaman Force coming through, but Benny gets popped. Now goes 3 more. Severo finds him. Pyrrhic victory for TNC's Lord take as ONIC wins the trade.
And it's a push and pull that we got. At first it looked perfect for TNC as they were able to jump on King Kong, and Lancey again miraculously got the last hit on the Lord, but then ONIC
So after that blade of Hepsies, you can see Kirk went for the tankiness, right? He's already got the chastise bolt and then picks up the radiant armor. They just kind of most likely wait for Lord at this,
I wonder if
this point of the game.
TNC knows their
TNC's able to
members. Oh, it's 3 more. He catches. The Deadly Magic conceal the answer from TNC. They push forward, forcing the flick out of Super Prince. Shadows out of Zaida. And Kirk from the flank.
Out here. So after that blade of Hepsies, you can see.
All right, they just miss each other completely.
Right? He's already got the chastise
win
bolt
there
and
for
then picks up the
ONIC
radiant armor.
Kirk was just splitting up top. It forced a reaction out of TNC in mid. And that's significant progress on their base turret.
They find Zaida! From TNC!
Wow, Zaida, I don't know.
And Kirk,
I don't know what he was trying to do there, but he just gets picked off, and that's all just 15 seconds before the Lord.
That's as free as it gets.
I don't think he expected that ONIC would just bum rush him up top. It forced a reaction that side of the jungle.
ONIC literally met Mr. Beast and said, "You want a Zaida?"
Base turret.
Oh, they find Zaida!
And that combination is deadly, man. The Tsunami Slam, having Beatrix out. I don't know.
Use that consecration.
I don't know what he was trying to do there, but he just gets picked off, and that's all just 15 seconds before the Lord.
That's free as it gets. Rush back by stolen again by Super Prince. Brusco coming through. 3 more very low. All the Zaman Force dropped by Benny. And now Kirk forced the flicker back. Ionic edges put down.
And that combination is deadly, man.
Coming from Benny. And in comes the rest of ONIC. Another Tsunami Slam. Late does Chakno falls. Deadly Magic's on him. Considering can he fight? He will be able to top up. Not fast enough to stop ONIC from taking the free Lord.
Great rotations. Prince has only died once. 10 assists. Severo with 2-1 and 6. King Kong deathless as well.
And now Kirk forced the flicker back.
Now they've split it up. It's a 4-1 split. It's Kirk who's handling macro.
He did it up top earlier on, and now he's doing it on the bottom side with the Lord. Makes its way up top. So tier 2s are going to fall.
4-1 split. It's Kirk who's handling macro.
Yeah, he did it up top earlier on, and now he's doing it on this bottom side with the Lord. Makes its way up top. So tier 2s are going to fall, and now ONIC on the base outside of it of TNC. We'll see if they're able to go ahead and defend against this. Lancey goes and picks up a winner crown. I don't know. They should be able to clear it out. I feel like this one, it's definitely not a game ender, but it's just kind of slipping out of the hands of TNC at this point. They'll deal with the Lord. Mid turret still stands, but it's at half health here. Brusco.
Brusco finds one. It's Chakno. Chakno takes too much damage as he gets popped by Prince. The pickoff. Lancey and Benny push back the rest of ONIC. ONIC are already inside the base.
Yeah, very impressive too, just the way that Super Prince has been playing, you know, picking these ultimates most of the time is a glorious pathway, so they get to go ahead and play around that too. Sometimes just stopping TNC in the tracks when they decide to go for someone. They're going to hold on, try to hold on to this mid turret. They should be able to clear this wave. They've got plenty of clear. Bottom as well, so ONIC will have to wait a little bit longer. One shot there, Severo can take it as he does. We've seen that before. So mid base turret falls. They're left with one on the bottom side for TNC.
It just got to the point where TNC were just outpaced by ONIC. We saw the pace that TNC were playing in and the early wins that they were getting. They got a Lord, but then ONIC have just been fighting really well after the fact. The surprise turns that they would take, the counters against TNC, they've just been playing better. Honestly, I can't point out anything to say that TNC did this wrong specifically. It's just when you have the opposing roamer being able to freely pick off your own roamer like that, not because of bad positioning by Chakno, but because Brusco and Super Prince are just reading the map really well and reading the game really well. They're setting up much quicker. Well, there's not much you can do against a team that's playing like that.
It's a losing trade. I think ONIC just outmathed TNC. Chakno matters more to TNC than Brusco ever did for ONIC.
Yeah.
They can afford that.
And part of that is because, again, Super Prince, like, he can just take his glorious pathway, you know? So if Brusco's going to give his life, and it leads to a kill because it's the Tsunami Slam, then that's great. Not only that, but also if it's just to get a couple Purifies out. We've seen the damage charts. They've got plenty of damage to go ahead and actually blast someone down, and that's why we mentioned the itemization from King Kong earlier on when he went into that early Divine Glaive, and so that's something that you're seeing. When these fights break out, whether it's a thrown Deadly Magic on someone from TNC, they're already starting off with their backs against the wall. That's the problem with it. And so when you have a composition like this for TNC and you can only react to what ONIC is thrown at you, you put yourself in a very precarious position.
Zyda has BOD. The damage spike from that might be able to help TNC. Super Prince has a Winter Crown. Oh, gets the Glorious Pathway again off the high loss. Good covering. Fire, good covering. Ultimate. And Brusco is now free to pick off yet again if he can find a good target to start things off for ONIC. They have map advantage.
Same angle for Kirk. There's Super Prince's Glorious Pathway. Chakno holding on to his. The discipline that TNC need to be able to win and complete this gargantuan task of taking ONIC down. They're down 7,000 gold. 3mar gets dogpiled. That's 3 members. Deadly Magic's thrown out. Lancy already using Vengeance Flame. And the dance continues. It's extended. ONIC are in full control.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get out what resources they can, whether that's ultimates, whether that's battle spells.
They're blitzing.
TNC's held on to the Purifies, but they're going to have to deal with this Lord.
Okay, there's another Glorious Pathway, this time from the OG, Chaknu. King Kong secures the Lord. Kirk here put down a less than half health. Brusco and Severo threatening a kill, covering fire from the pressure. And just like that, ONIC are happy with the take.
Yeah, playing through the minion waves. Severo used Bennett's Rage on that bush near the beetle to check if that anyone was there. And King Kong and the rest of ONIC made the right call to go for the blitz. And he could do with a Divine Glaive. They do have the damage. Let's just see if their front can hold down long enough or if they can avoid what they need to avoid, as King Kong has been tearing through TNC.
Yep, they held on to that one base turret. Lord's coming through that mid lane.
3-wave push.
The waves are linked up here, synced up, and now keep an eye on Brusco. He's going to be the one to go ahead and give the call, landing on someone, forcing a decision from TNC. Can they keep it together here? They're going to have to be at full health for this fight, as they've managed to now get to the base. The Glorious Pathway to cut things down and draw down the minions. Lord's still up, but that final base turret goes down.
Glorious Pathway this time by Super Prince. Rain down the damage on the Chaknu, bombs away! Coming from Severo! And Chaknu gets his immortality pop. Lord gets taken down, still a couple of minions still standing. TNC are holding on, 3mar gets taken down. Tsunami Slam on a Zyda! Summoned by Bene! He's the only one fighting! Gets down Brusco, fighting Severo, pushing forward, and back. There's a wave. ONIC going for it. Down goes Chaknu, and here comes the base, as Lancy is the only one left.
Fight!
The Super Fam have switched up the narrative, taking game 1.